About Luka Allen, his number is 32.5 points, more or less tonight.
I'm going more. He's got the whole world watching him in this game to see what he's going to deliver. He's at home. It's got to be more. He's got to have an epic Luka performance as best he can on that knee, and those ribs obviously bothering him.
How about his running mate Kyrie, Monica? Let's go to him. Kyrie Irving, the number is 24.5. You go more or less?
I'm going more, Greeny, but not by much. I think Kyrie understands the moment. He actually played well in Game 3 and gave this Mavs squad what they needed in terms of trying to get that win. I think he has enough pride, and this organization does, that he'll put his best foot forward.
Yeah, he was having a big night the other night. Alan, how about Jayson Tatum? 27.5 is the number for him.
I'm going to go less only because I don't think they need it. You know, it's not something that he has to do. I think for him, stay within the game plan because this is a team win. When they win this championship, it won't be about one or two players. It's going to be about how the team plays. And he has been really good staying within, I know it's cliche, but just playing within the game, staying within the flow.
All right. And then with regard to Tatum, there have been so many questions about him for such an incredibly long time. And there was the conversation about, well, is he the MVP? Does he need to win the MVP? This is what he said to Bleacher Report on his goal in these finals. He said, finals MVP or whatever, a champion is a champion. That's the goal I want for my teammates, what I want for myself. I want everybody to shine. There's enough attention for all of us, and so I want everybody to give us theirs. Before I tell you what I think of this, Wendy, I think he's sort of adapting the line you've been using for a very long time, and I'll let you use it again here because I think it is the perfect way to sum this up.
He's starting to beat his chest, and I am ready to receive it because when you are a champion, when you win a championship, it means never having to say you're sorry. Whatever led you to that, whatever failures you had, whatever setbacks, whatever criticism you've taken, you can shut it all down because to stand on that stage and to hold that trophy and to put up that banner and to be in that parade means that you have overcome so much. It is so hard. One of the biggest things I've learned in 20 plus years covering the NBA is how hard it is to win a championship. And so when you get to that mountaintop, it blocks everything else out. And he is on the verge of it, and he's beginning to start doing that. And I am here to allow him to do it.
Absolutely. And he and his running mate, Jaylen Brown. And here's, Hembo and I were going over this on the radio yesterday, and there has been over the years so much conversation. Is it Tatum's team? Is it Brown's team? Does one get too much credit? Does the other one not get enough? And all of that. And what I think there was a time when that may have legitimately been an issue. Maybe it was something the two of them needed to work through together. But what I think has become clear as you watch this team now is that they have found themselves in a very rare place. They are a team with two superstars, and neither one of them is Robin. And again, I say that with all due respect to Robin, who I consider a superhero, but they have two Batmen, or Batman and Superman, or whatever analogy you want to make to it. They are both that, and that is a pretty rare situation in the NBA. Usually there's a very clear-cut number one and a very clear-cut number two. I think the fact that they have found a place where they are both comfortable in their roles as sort of co-number ones, not only is the reason that they are one win away from a championship, but quite frankly, in a league where dynamic duos are going to be the way, there aren't going to be any more big threes, I say watch out. These guys are young. They're about to be signed. They have an organization that knows how to put good players around them. Brad Stevens, many people have said, is the most valuable person here. I don't know if this is a dynastic era for basketball. I don't know exactly what a dynasty would mean. I don't know that they're going to win 4 championships in the next 6 years. But I think they are, until further notice, the team to beat as every season starts for the foreseeable future.
When you have two stars of that age, absolutely. And you are building from that going forward, especially when they're in the Eastern Conference. If they were in the West, maybe you could argue there's other teams on the rise. But in the East, you know, I've got coaches texting me like watching this game the other night saying, good luck building a team to take this team on the next couple of years because they have found it. Whatever they were figuring out 2 years ago and last year, they have found it. That Brown and Tatum thing has become a yin and a yang. That's what it's become, and they have fit into each other really well. A lot of times we talk about superstars, and superstars are box office. You are paying a ticket to go watch that guy play. I'm not sure either guy is a true superstar that I'm going to pay a ticket to watch them play, but they make a team that is box office that you want to watch play. That's what makes them special, what they've become kind of together.
CJ, you've been around a long time. In most cases, there's a superstar, it's someone's team, and they build everything else around that. I think they have finally found a place, this is just my observation, where it's now being built around the two of them. They both seem to be perfectly good with that, and that's going to make them incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, I think they've matured a lot since they first got into the league. Obviously, Jaylen Brown talked about how the front office came to him and told him about their plans to draft Jayson Tatum. He obviously had to sign off on that. I think they would have drafted him anyway, let's be honest. Jayson Tatum's a great player, but they've continued to get along together. They've struggled together. They've had some not-so-great performances and big moments together, and now they're having terrific performances down the stretch of games, showing leadership, showing composure, showing selflessness. One of the key points in that game the other night was how Jaylen Brown had the ball. He waved Jayson Tatum to the corner. How many guys average 30 points per game and be cool with just chilling in the corner? Waved him to the corner and said, I got this. I got the matchup that I like. I get the screen, I get the switch, pump fake, I take a tough two. I'm sure Joe Mazzulla was shaking his head because he loves three-pointers. Then he knocked it down. That shows you the greatness and their ability to kind of let the other one go. They don't need to be, quote-unquote, star, quote-unquote, my team.
It's trust, right?
They both make $300 million a year. Who cares?
I think we're good. You know what else, too? At the end of the game was also fitting. That moment the two of them got together center court, that was also them acknowledging each other. Look at what we've been through, and now we're on the verge of finally winning a title.
Yeah, you know, they all they need to do is walk across the stage one time, and it could be tonight, and they get it. Monica, how about it as you assess the landscape of the league? I think going forward, the Celtics are the team to beat for the foreseeable future.
It makes me wonder, Greeny, why we do this to ourselves, right? Like, why could we not say this Celtics squad, as much promise as they have, they are young? Why could we not look and see, all right, 27, 28 is the age where guys seem to start to really hit their stride if we look at the last few champions in this league, right? Like, it took us as long as it has taken the Celtics to appreciate the journey of it all, right? But they are now currently here. And I don't think that this team becomes who they are in terms of the intangible things that we're talking about. Trust, even Joe Mazzulla's growth, like the path, everything they've been through, they had to experience to get to this moment. And I know that's not the way sports work in terms of looking at it from a macro perspective and appreciating it, but everything they have is exactly what the Mavs don't. And we see how that's playing out in real time in this series.
Now, that's fair. Look, and that's a bigger picture conversation. Fill in some blanks. So, Monica, let's start with Jayson Tatum. We were talking about him a moment ago. He has proven what in the finals?
That the journey is just as important as the destination, Greeny. It has taken another opportunity in the finals. It has taken 5 total conference finals, and finally, the Celtics are on the brink of success. They've had to learn, they've had to grow, but they are here.
Yeah, sort of a traditional pattern in the old school of the NBA. How about his running mate, Jaylen Brown? Alan, fill in the blank. Jaylen Brown has proven what in the finals?
In your words, he is more than just a Robin. He is not a 1B. He's not a number 2. He's not a supporting cast player. He is an equal star, and that's what the Celtics have, and he has proven that once again on the biggest stage, because remember 2 years ago, he was their best player in the NBA Finals as well.
Once again, I'm not here for the slander of the boy wonder. Robin is an outstanding superhero character as well, but for the purposes of this discussion, I understand. Meanwhile, CJ, let's end with the Mavericks. Luka Doncic has proven what in these NBA Finals?
He's a great player, and regardless if he improves his defense or not, he will still be a great player. But I think we're holding him to a high standard because we expect him to be an MVP. 35, 10, and 9. He shows the athleticism. He shows the quickness on offense. We just want him to get the most out of his talent in his career, which would lead to a potential title.